Okay, I'm feeling like I need to make a video about another dream that I had about Obama. And I had this dream a little over a month ago, and I've just been, praying about waiting and just seeing if and when I need to share it, and I do feel I need to share it. I did feel compelled to write it down when I woke up. So, unfortunately, I lost the sheet of paper, but I happened to read it like a week ago, read the dream that I wrote on the sheet of paper, so it's kind of fresh in my memory, and I rewrote it. So I'll read the details, and just please, of course, take this to the Lord. So I was in this house. This is all my dream. It was a suburban house, like your average suburban house in America. I was pretty much trapped there. I had been separated from my daughter, and I was trying to get to her, to be reunited with her, and I had, great sorrow at having been separated from her. Almost 100% of the people in this house were just like shallow, happy, pretentious people, almost like robotic. The leader of this house was Obama, and he was a humanitarian leader in that he did a lot of charities, and he would have these rallies in the living room, and everyone would like cheer for him. And what you see on the screen here is from Google Images. I did a search for Obama humanitarian, and the caption for this image, you can see it on Google Images from RT News: Obama sending 200 million in humanitarian aid to Iraq as ISIS battle rages. And it's in my dream, Obama, yeah, like I said, he had these rallies and he had all these charities, and he was just, the leader of this house. All right, so the ironic thing about, so my goal was to get out of the house and to be reunited with my daughter. Now, Obama was having these like rallies in the house, and I found pictures here of, humanitarian work that he was doing, charities, whatever. The thing with these charities is that the way that they helped you or whatever he did had nothing to do with like the actual needs and issues of the people. And Obama made sure he made a really big deal about his donations and humanitarian work that he was doing. For example, like I was in need in the dream. I was in need and I was looking for help to reach my daughter, and I don't know how I got separated or anything. And all this Obama charity could offer me, and I was not in direct contact with Obama in this dream, but all, they could offer me was he was donating shoes for everybody, shoes for all kids and teens. And like I was telling them, I don't need shoes. I'm like, I need to be reunited with my daughter. And the problem was that I couldn't, for some reason, I didn't have a phone in this dream. And I was trying to find someone to let me use their phone so that I could call out someone to help me. I don't remember the details, like I said, of how I got separated, but it was something, where I could be reunited with her if I had the right means. And, dreams are weird like that. I have no idea. But this dream really struck me because, and as I go on, you'll see like all the symbolism, and take this to the Lord. But so I finally, this house again had 3 layers. My other dream that I shared about the Titanic ship that I didn't know was the Titanic is similar in this respect. There was like layers to the house. And it's weird when I have an end time dream, it's always like about a house. It has to do with a house, and there's like evil going on in this house. Anyway, so I had a friend in the basement, thankfully, And he was like my only friend, and he was a restaurant employee, and he was a humble, down to earth guy, and he knew I was in trouble, and he was very nervous. He wanted to help me, but he was very nervous in like helping me or being associated with me, and so he told me in secret that I needed to escape the house. Um, and he had to like he was watching to make sure no one saw him telling me this because he had to pretend that he kind of went along with everyone else. So he gave me his phone and to borrow or whatever. But the next thing I know, he was gone. Like I looked for him and I think he might have escaped or he was gone. He was like not there anymore. And I had this phone and it wasn't working. So this dream was pretty much a nightmare, obviously, but um so the phone wasn't working and so I went back upstairs and there was this huge Obama rally going on at that time, like one of the big ones. And everyone was like cheering and Obama, and he was like making speeches. And he was talking, whatever, making his big speech. And everyone was kind of like in a drunken stupor. And I was getting desperate. I'm like, I really need to get out of here. So I asked somebody else, can I use your phone? And I knew who I was going to call. I just needed somebody to come pick me up. And, you know, anyway, all the phones that I used, there were a couple, and this one girl's phone, I could not dial out. It's like everything I typed, the number wouldn't go out. Like it would not dial out. And I'm like, what's wrong with your phone? I told her, I'm like, what is wrong with your phone? And she just laughed, and she was like drunk with this Obama rally. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs because I'm just gonna like escape the house. I don't care, like if someone picks me up or not. Now, the problem why I didn't want to escape, run away, and leave the house is because there were actually agents in this house, and I knew they were agents. And the creepy thing was, like, I knew that if I just tried to escape, something bad was going to happen. They were going to try to capture me or even shoot me. Like, I knew that. And everyone else there, nobody tried to leave the house. Like, nobody left the house. And they were okay. They were like, oh, the agents are just here to protect us. Um, in which, I was really creeped out. So I went, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to escape, like my friend said in my dream. And I went upstairs, and my goal in going upstairs was like, okay, I need to look out the window to see like where I'm gonna run, if there's a little place I can hide, just come up with a plan. I go upstairs and there's all these rooms. I had never been upstairs. And for whatever reason, there are all these doors closed. And I knew instantly, without looking inside those doors closed and the hallway was dark, that they were doing really evil things behind closed doors. Like that there was false god worship. Like I knew this in the dream. Like that they were sacrificing to demonic, gods and goddesses. And I didn't even want to open the door. And I'm like, I just went down the whole hall and there was a room open. And at the end of the room, I went in there and there was light in that room. And I was like, okay. And I was just kind of looking around. I wanted to look out the window. And there was this huge painting on the wall. And that's what really struck me, this painting. It was a huge, like glamorous lady with like a silverish dress, very glamorous gown. And you couldn't really see her face. I didn't get to see her face in my dream, but like on the side of her was like Obama's head. And I knew that this was like a god that was being worshipped. And it really freaked me out in my dream because I knew people were just like, worshiping him. So after I saw that and I looked out the window, and then I woke up shortly after that. Trying to see if I forgot any other details. The This dream is really hard to share. I don't know why. It just is. I got really attacked trying to share this dream last night. Like I could not make the video. But today I have more peace, and I know I know the enemy's attacking me because I had this dream. And I lost the paper it was written in, which is really strange. Because I read it like a week ago and I could not find it last night. And I'm like, Lord, if you want me to share this, please help me remember everything. Thankfully, it was all fresh in my mind, because I had read it and I prayed, and the Lord, helped me to recall everything. So the other details that I will say is that, yeah, I mean, I think the dream pretty much speaks for itself. It may have a lot of meaning. Um, I know one of the things the Lord had me write down when I wrote the dream is like the transgender agenda is something that was very when I saw that painting and I went upstairs, I knew that there was this like evil agenda related to, the transgender um, confusion that is that agenda that's heavily been pushed on America the last, you know, 8 years, all revolving around the time that Obama was in office. Um, Here's another image, you know, and it's really evil what they're trying to do with that and how they want to corrupt children with that. And for whatever reason, I feel like the Holy Spirit was really bringing this to my attention in the dream. And I don't plan to share or to come up with these things like at all. Um, but I'm aware of the time. So I hope this helps somebody to wake up and as far as the like woman on the painting, it was just what my dream said. I'm not saying Obama is a woman or anything like that. Like it was just what the Holy Spirit revealed to me was this whole demonic, evil, twisting, false god worship that was going on, that's been going on, and to beware. And that is the time of like confusion. It's a time of confusion, and that the house represents just this evil world. That's pretty much what the house represents. That's what I'm getting. But please take it to the Lord. If you have something, I don't know if I'm going to enable comments yet. I'll leave my email if you get something by the Holy Spirit. But anyway, I hope this helps someone, and that's it for now.